Assalamualaikum and hi. So this is the article that I found on the internet that related to our topic, which is road accident. Kuala Lumpur. The Fire and Rescue Department was called in to rescue a trapped motorist following a two-vehicle collision along the Middle Ring Road 2. Operation Commander Muhammad Fakrul Shakirin Muhammad said they received a distress call about the accident at 12:32 p.m. on Monday, April 10. Two fire engines and an emergency medical rescue service vehicle were dispatched to the scene within 50 personnel members. They arrived at the scene and found that a Prodwa Myvi and lorry had been involved in an accident and the driver of the car was pinned in the vehicle, he said in the statement on Monday. He added that they managed to remove the driver from the vehicle at 1:11 p.m. The victim suffered a broken left hand and taken to the University Kebangsaan Malaysia Medical Centre for further treatment, he said. This article was taken from a very popular newspaper company, which is The Star. Thank you.
Here are some articles that are related to our discussion, which is two pedestrians killed in a car accident in Jalan Raja Laut. Two individuals were killed after a car that was involved in a car accident lost control and hit them at Jalan Raja Laut here early Sunday morning. In the 3 a.m. incident, a Purdue Myvi reportedly collided with a Proton Wira which made a sudden lane switch. The Myvi driver then lost control of the car and rammed into four victims who were by the roadside. Teng Wangi Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Nur Dehan Yahaya confirmed that the incident and said that a 20-year-old died at the scene after sustaining serious injuries while another victim died while receiving a treatment at Kuala Lumpur Hospital. Two other victims also sustained serious injuries and are being treated at the hospital. Both driver in the two cars, aged 22 and 20, have been remanded for 4 days for further investigation, he said in a statement. The case is being investigated under Section 41/1 of the Road Transport Act 1987. Videos of accident has been making the rounds on social media since yesterday.
Statistics released by the police have revealed that a total of 402626 road accidents were recorded in Malaysia from January to September this year, resulting in 4379 fatalities. This is a jump from the 255532 road accident from the same period last year, in which 3324 deaths were recorded. The number for the first 9 months of 2022 year represent a 58% increase or 147,094 in accident case over that in 2021, while the death toll increased by nearly 32%. There was no breakdown of the statistic by state and the charges involved in the data, which was furnished in a statement by the Road Transport Department, JPJ. While the numbers are telling, it is also worth noting that there was less traffic movement across the country at certain point last year due to movement control order and restriction being implemented during the pandemic, possibly contributing to less mishap occurring. In addition to action taken by police to monitor compliance with a traffic law, the department said it would be continuing with its own enforcement and operation, and also in its effort to advocate road safety in a bid of reduce the rate of accident and death.
Based on article International Journal of Engineering and Technology, road transportation is a requirement since it gives a lot of benefit to a country and individual, especially in access, improving for workplace, economic resources, educational facilities, and health center. Beyond the importance of transportation to the community, it also gives a negative effect, which is road accidents like fatal accidents. An injury caused by a road accident is one of the main killers in the world after a chronic disease such as heart disease, stroke, and lung infection and heart inbreeding. In addition, World Health Organization (WHO) report of global burden of disease projects in year 2004 told that equivalent with the number of deaths affected by the combination of other factors. In Malaysia, total of deaths caused by accidents is increasing every year from 1990 to 2011, while total of deaths caused by road accident was increased 70%. According to the report from Bukit Aman's head of the traffic police, shows that of daily death average caused by road accident in Malaysia is 19 people. It shows that the high rate if compared to the total of Malaysia community, which is 28 million people. This rate has to reduce since the country struggles to be a developed country approaching year 2020. In developing countries, road use is dominated by two-wheel vehicles, such as motorcycles. Motorcyclists are at the highest risk in traffic crashes, particularly for head injury. In Malaysia, a national statistic on RTA by the Royal Malaysian Police showed that a very significant proportion of fatal accidents were caused by motorcyclists. The road accident usually caused by a combination of 5 factors, which is behavior of driver, infrastructure of road quality, traffic volume, and the environment. The effort in resolve the problem of road accidents more focused to aspect in road physical and vehicle shape. The goal is to provide better road and vehicle as a step to reduce the road accidents rate. Despite that, the behavior and prestige of driver also should be given attention because it is the aspect which is important in handling the problem of road.
Okay, based on an article I found, which is a road accident case in Selangor, I will define the problem in the article. In this section, this article discusses the level of road accident in the state of Selangor. The record shown by this article found that there were more road accidents in 2020 than in 2021. The difference in the number of vehicles involved in accident in 2020 and 2021 was 123,430 and 108,781, which is 14,649. This means a decrease in road accident cases in Selangor as much as 14,649 in 2021. Most cases of road accident that occur are vehicles that people usually use, which is car. In 2020 and 2021, road accident cases were led by car and followed by motorcycle. A road accident is a bad accident that will affect the safety of the public and foreign tourists. Road accidents can lead to death when they occur. Therefore, this matter needs to be prevented by the PDRM with various initiatives.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Arfaina binti Karanizam and my metric number is 293362.
Hi, my name is Siti Azani binti Mahmud and my metric number is 293918.
Hi, my name is Ni'imam Irfan bin Abdul Aziz. My metric number is 291712.
Hi, my name is Nur Izzati Shafiqa binti Jamaluddin. My metric number is 293338.
Hi, my name is Umi Justina binti Kadir. My metric number is 295244.
And today my group and I will discuss about assignment 1 of elementary statistics.
Let's take overview about the statistics. Therefore, statistics is a branch of applied mathematics that involves the collection, description, analysis, and inference of conclusion from quantitative data.
Sorry to interrupt. This is my opinion on what I know about elementary statistics. It's all about data analysis.
Yeah, I'm agree with Irfan and Azwani. So far, for the study that we did is how to reduce the problems of accident on the road. Road accidents are a major concern and significant a significant cause of morbidity and mortality worldwide. As we can see, year by year, many people lost their life because they are involved in road accident.
In addition, guys, it's a fact that there are also those who suffer serious and minor injuries due to road accidents. The causes of road accident is diverse. It can be attributed to several factors such as human factors, vehicle factors, and environment factors.
I think that among the human factor is about human behavior that does not drive prudently, such as speeding and impaired driving.
Yes, it's fine. But the vehicle factor is mechanical failure to function properly, such as a broken brake. While environment factor are weather problems, road designs, and road congestion.
The problem identification for our study is, firstly, there are many road accidents that happen every year. Secondly, we would like to study the statistic of road accidents that happen in every state in Malaysia.
Sorry, Wani, for interrupt your speaker.
I think this is because of the number of accidents in increasing when the method needs to be avoided from continuing to increase. In addition, when many accidents happen, it has a lot of impact on individuals, families, community, right?
Among the impact is the loss of life. This is also increasing day by day. In addition, road accidents also cause the victims to have spent finance on medical costs.
Based on the article, that we can conclude that the main factor that cause road accident has been divided to three, which is driver's attitude, is the most factor as much as 80%, and secondly is road structure that involve 13% of the factor, and lastly 7% contribute by the child.
So when studying road accident in Malaysia, statistics play a crucial role in understanding and analyzing the data. Here is some approach relating road accident to statistics. For data collection is begin by collecting the data on road accident in each state of Malaysia. So the data should include variables such as the number of accident, date, time, location, and the severity of accident, also type of vehicle accident, type of vehicle involved. For the descriptive statistic is utilize descriptive statistic to summarize the data and gain overall understanding of data road accident in each state. Compute measure like a mean, mode, median, and standard deviation to describe the central of tendency and distribution of accident frequencies.
For inventory, statistics is about to draw conclusion and make inference about the population based on collected data, such as accident rates in urban areas versus rural areas, accidents frequencies. Besides that, correlation analysis is to explore the potential relationships between different variables. For example, correlation between accidents rate and factor like sorry, correlation analysis is to explore the potential relationships between different variables. For example, correlation between accident rate and factors like population density, vehicle ownerships, or road conditions. Correlations analysis help to identify variables that might contributing to higher accident rate in specific states.
Yes, Irfan, such a good explanation and example given. So, let's proceed to ordinal scale. Ordinal scale represent categorical scale with order categories. The categories have a relative ranking or order, but difference between the categories may not be uniform or quantifiable. For road accident, the example of ordinal variable could be severity of accidents such as minor, moderate, and severe. While these categories have an order, the difference between the minor and the moderate accident may not be the same as the difference between the moderate and severe accident. The other day, sample is level of traffic congestion that can be categorized the level of traffic congestion at the time of accident, such as low, medium, or high.
Oh, I see how it's going now. So, for the interval scale that's involved measurement with equal intervals between values, but there is no equal 0 point. In the context of road accident, it might be challenging to find variable that strictly adhere to the interval scale. However, there is a continuous variable such as time of accident or speed of a child involved. They might be considered as interval data. For example, we can measure the time of accidents in minutes or hours. The difference between 10 minutes to 20 minutes is the same as the difference between 50 minutes and 60 minutes. Other than that, is time to emergency response, such as about the time it takes for emergency responder to reach the accident scene. By calculating the summary statistic, like mean or median response time.
Oh, lastly, ratio scale is possesses all the characteristic or interval data but also has a true 0 point representing the absence of quantity being measured. Ratios can be calculated and 0 indicates the absence of the quantity being measured. Could you guys please recognize the ratio scale?
Yes, sure, Umi. First, the number is on fatalities analyzing the ratio of fatalities per accident and provides insight into severity and impact of accident in different states.
Another example is economy losses is a quantify the economy losses caused by the accident, including the property damage and medical expense by calculating the region of economy losses to the number of accidents. We can compare the financial impact across different states.
Lastly, is virtual speed using precise instrument. Analyzing the ratio of speed can help identify the relationship between virtual speed and the severity of the accident.
So finally, I think we are arrived at the end of discussion. Such a long discussion of elementary statistics, but it's great. And thank you everyone for all the informative and good cooperation. So by that, we're gonna end our discussion today. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you
Thank
everyone.
you.